I'm here on Hollywood Boulevard in front of Liberty Bell Temple 2, a place where local Rastafarians come to worship, pray, and offer sacraments to their higher powers. As you may know, up until a few weeks ago, there were 980 medical marijuana dispensaries in LA County since SB 215 was passed, allowing cultivation and sales of medical marijuana. Marijuana activist Ed Forchion, also known as NJweedman, who is the owner of the Liberty Bell Temple, says that the members of the temple come for religious sacraments and medication. Can you explain the whole moratorium issues that have the entire medical marijuana laws under attack?
In 1996, here in California, the Californians voted Proposition 215 in, which legalized medical marijuana. And basically a reefer revolution occurred in cities like Los Angeles, hundreds of dispensaries opened. The city in 2007 was trying to limit the amount and the numbers of dispensaries, so they came up with this plan. In 2007, the city of Los Angeles decided to set a moratorium.
A moratorium was passed, ordering all but the original 170 dispensaries that were approved before November 1st, 2007 to be closed.
This number, it was 170. These 170 dispensaries that had registered that would be the limit. No one else could open up. And they basically set the moratorium for everyone who was open by November of 2007. And that was the number they capped it out.
Unfortunately, Liberty Bell Temple was not one of the original dispensaries approved and therefore was raided and shut down by the LA Police Department. NJweedman reports that LAPD sent in undercover officers to purchase medical marijuana with the medical issue cannabis card and then returned hours later with a SWAT team. I looked at the video of the LAPD raiding your church or temple, and I saw the guns and the armor of what looked to be the SWAT team.
You saw the tape. Basically, we had 20 armed men with shotguns, and they had both the black shotguns and the green ones. For those who don't know, the black shotguns are the deadly ones, and the green ones, shoot the, bean balls and stuff like that. But they had both the black and the green, and they basically pointed it at our staff, basically terrorized everyone.
Were you arrested?
Yes, I was arrested. My manager, Sharquant Leyu, was arrested, and my entire staff that was here that night were all handcuffed, had shotguns put on them, held against the wall for a couple hours. Basically, we're terrorized. I was held in jail, overnight, basically about 12 hours, and I was released in the morning.
Were you charged with any crimes?
I was charged with a misdemeanor city ordinance violation, not even a crime that would send me upstate. It was a city ordinance. And I was released 12 hours later on a $100 bail. All that, if you watch that video, just imagine all that for a $100 misdemeanor.
So let me get this clear. The LAPD shut you down. So how were you able to reopen?
We're a church, we're a temple. The police don't have the power to close us. We don't close. Churches don't close. There may not be staff here for a few hours, but basically we never close.
You said earlier that this was a church and not a medical marijuana dispensary. Can you explain the difference?
No, I have a genuine and sincere religious belief. Anyone who knows me knows for the last 15 years I've been talking about opening up a Rastafarian ministry. In fact, in New Jersey, I opened up what I called the Rastafari Center, and basically, when I came here in 2008, that's what I did. I opened up a Rastafarian ministry, a religious organization. When I decided to open the Liberty Bell Temple, I went to the state, to the Secretary of State, and I actually incorporated. I have letters of incorporation, articles of incorporation. I went to the State Department of Equalization, and at every stage of the way, I registered as a church, an incorporated church, even here in the city. When I got my business license, it was as Liberty Bell Temple Incorporated.
So how do the laws apply to churches?
Well, in 2007, when the city instituted this moratorium, it specifically was dispensaries and collectives. I opened in 2008, but I opened as a church, a religious organization. So I didn't feel that that moratorium had anything to do with me. Recently, the city passed this new city ordinance, and that was the justification for this raid. But once again, if you read the city ordinance, that city ordinance, again, specifies dispensaries and collectives. I obviously am not a dispensary or a collective. I have incorporated and recognized by the state as a religious organization.
But you sell weed.
No.
You don't sell weed?
No.
Then what do you call it?
I provide marijuana, our sacrament, to our congregants. We accept donations from our members, and our members receive our sacrament.
You mentioned earlier that within the Rastafarian faith, marijuana is a religious sacrament, not a drug or medicine. Shouldn't it be free, like wine or bread consumed in the church?
Well, even the Catholic Church has to buy their bread and buy their wine, and our temple has to buy our marijuana. California State Bill 420 allows for the reasonable compensation of our expenses. This marijuana that we acquire is not free. The rent here is not free. The electric bill is not free. I mean, we try to keep this place up and running for our members. And that's what the donations are for. Donations are for the normal operations of this temple.
What's stopping the LAPD from busting in here and interrupting our interview right now?
Really, nothing. And that's a major problem. Look at it this way. The city would not send a couple undercover ABC agents into a Catholic church to acquire wine. And if they did get the wine, then allow them to come back with an armed task force and, you know, arrest the parishioners. Now that's what happened to me. The city sent a couple undercover drug and task force members in here to obtain some of our sacrament. And then when they got what they wanted, they came back a couple hours later with 18 of their buddies, you know, with shotguns and riot gear, and, you know, they took my staff, handcuffed my staff, pointed shotguns at them, had them against the wall. I feel this is a violation of my right to freedom of religion. Now, I'm just not taking it. I'm going to take the words of one of my prophets, Bob Marley, and I'm going to get up, I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to stand up for my rights. You know, that's how I feel. If I got to take it all the way to the Supreme Court, I'm fighting the city.
As you can see, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this issue. We'll just have to wait and see how the story unfolds once all the smoke clears. I'm David Anderson Black, reporting live from Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight.